Back for another week. It's your boy Lump Dog, Pimps, Players, and Hustlers, Fantasy Football Commish Message, week number 12. Here we are coming up on week 13, last game of the regular season. I can't believe it. I can't. I can't believe we're already here at the bottom. Next week, playoffs start. Man, who's making the top 8? Man, that's all I want to know. Who's making that top 8? If you ain't heard, if you haven't read on the message board, I'm having a barbecue. My house Sunday. I would like to try to get everyone, as many people from the league as possible. I think it would be pretty fun to all get together for that last season game and see who ends up what playoff positioning and who's going to play who. So that will definitely be exciting. I know I've been waiting here for the last 4 weeks to find out who I'm going to play in the first round because I've had my spot locked up. But, man, this week we saw 2 streaks come to an end. My streak, the Collar Pop and Pimp 7-game win streak, comes to an end against Ass to Mouth. So I'd like to thank you, actually, for that because I needed a loss before going into the playoffs. And then Britt's loss or streak of 7 in a row comes to an end, taking out the Juggernauts. Tom Brady and Marcus Colston lead Team Britt to the win. He finally comes through. Brady and Moss couldn't pull it out for the Jugs, and now he's in a win or go home status. So pretty much if he wins this week against any given Sunday, he's in. If he loses, he's out. So I don't know who you guys are rooting for, but it should be a great game. Hopefully you're all here on Sunday to watch that. So here we are again, last week of the season, and again, this is Revenge Week Part 2, man. This is the team that you've played in that second week that maybe got you a loss, and actually is probably a little bit more important right now to get that win. So in the first week, or excuse me, the second week of the season, we had A-Team play URSO, and A-Team squeaked out the 2-point win, 118 to 116. That takes a hard loss now. If you look at URSO sitting at 5-7, if he had that win, that is 3 points, he would be at 6-7 and pretty much looking himself in the playoffs. But right now he needs a win and some help. We have ATM, Ass to Mouth, taking out Team Britain week 2, 134 to 130. Wow, only a 4-point win that week. So, takes that loss there, and wow, it's a different season for him as well, because sitting at 6-6, he'd be 1 game under 500 right now. Fuck You took out the Brewdogs in week 2, 134 to 83. Brewdogs in pretty much a must-win situation. He needs to win and get a lot of help for any chance of him making the playoffs. And losing Matt Ryan does not help that at all. So hopefully his team can step it up and pull out a win for him this week. Collar Pop and Pimps took out Patty's Playboys in week 2, 145 to 97. Patty's Playboys pretty much cemented for a playoff spot, win or lose. He should be getting in there. Collar Pop and Pimps definitely got the number 1 seed locked up. Sac Valley Players took out Papa's Rat Pack, 112 to 84 in week 2. And Papa's Rat Pack, he's sitting at a 500 at 6-6. He could lose and actually end up missing the playoffs if some of those other teams win. So his position is not guaranteed. Sac Valley Players, on the other hand, needs a win to make this team and may even have a chance. So he's 5-7. He needs to get to that 1 game under 500. And then in the last game, a 4-point win by Any Given Sunday, 109 to 105 over the Juggernauts. That was actually, after 6 weeks of the season, was Any Given Sunday's only win after he just rolled off 6 in a row now. So he's definitely pulled himself back into playoff contention, or not even contention, he's made the playoffs. So, but he can definitely strike a huge blow to the Juggernauts and that set that franchise back probably 10 decades. And with the loss here, because that would be 7 years in a row that Juggernauts owner Matt Foster does not make the playoffs. The 7-year drought. So Any Given Sunday's got a huge task on his hands to try to make that happen. But I have a feeling that the Juggernauts team isn't going to go down quietly. I think this is going to be a game. The one thing is the Juggernauts players all play in the morning. He has every single one of his players going in the morning game. So by the time the afternoon games come, we'll know if what Any Given Sunday needs to get to end his playoff hopes. So that's pretty much what we're having this week. What I kind of want to get into now is just kind of make an argument here as being the number 1 seed. I think that a lot of people here might, don't agree with me, but we need to cut down the playoffs. We need to make it the top 6 and the number 1 and 2 seeds need a first-round bye. There's absolutely no reward in this league to be a number 1 seed or have a winning team. You don't get any playoff or any free agent pickups because you're at the bottom of the waiver wire, and then you get the number 1 seed, but the number 8 seed isn't necessarily a team that's worse than yours. It's just a team that's had maybe some bad luck or some injuries. So I definitely think that as a reward for going into the playoffs next year as a number 1 or 2 seed, that we should definitely give them a first-round bye, because the reward for having a good season is that you only have to win 2 games to get to the championship or to win a championship, compared to 3 games if you're you're not a 1 or 2 seed. So I definitely think that needs to happen. I hope that some of you guys will rethink your positions. I don't understand why we have it the top 8 out of 12. That's just too many. We all played fantasy football league now in this league pretty much for 9 years. We all should know what we're doing. We don't need to handicap the rest of the league now. Everyone should be confident in their skills that they are going to make the top half of the league. I mean, if you can't get to the top half, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't be making the playoffs. You need to make the top 6 or not make it at all. So again, I hope some of you guys can reposition it or rethink that. I think if you were the number 1 or number 2 seed, you would reposition it, because there's definitely no benefit to being a number 1 or 2 seed. So there you go. There's my argument of thing. Think it over. You got the whole off season. If you have any rule changes in mind too that you guys want to think of, definitely post them on the boards, or shoot me a message or something so we can bucket it for next year's league rules meeting. I don't think we're going to Vegas, but still up in the air, still some time to plan that. But I just don't see everyone ponying up that kind of cash to do it. And if we can pony up that kind of cash to do it, we should be throwing it in for a bigger prize and have higher weekly prizes. I'd rather drag it out all season rather than blow all that money on one weekend or one night in Vegas, even though the memories would be definitely worth it. So anyway, that's all for me, man. Good luck to everyone in Week 13. I'm going to see you guys next week, man. But 4 of y'all ain't going to be on the boards or on the website or even caring about fantasy football anymore, because your season will be over. At least I know I got 1 more week, and hopefully I can make it to the second round, because if you do make it to the second round, you at least get to play for 3rd place whether you win or lose. So at least you'll be playing for the entire fantasy football season. So that's something to look forward to, at least if you make it to the second round. Anyway, all right, so I'm out. Y'all good luck. Have good luck. Hopefully I'll see you here at my house on Sunday, man. Peace.
Player nigga, paper chasing for Skrilla. Get the blabbing that Miller, good break, penny and pillar. Only fuck with airways, playing shit from the bay. Like JC, Big Mel, Don Bleeds, Lil It and Doobie. Lace my heat with Hennessy in my veins, be Bombay. We maintain all day, collar pops from Sac to San Jose. We bang the street and keep it